Most people try to understand levothyroxine like this. It's a thyroid hormone and it treats hypothyroidism. And yeah, that's true, but it's not a good way to understand one of the most commonly prescribed drugs in the country. Because once you understand the core idea, you can predict why levothyroxine helps fatigue, weight gain, cold intolerance, constipation, and even low heart rate. You can also understand why it takes weeks to adjust, why it needs to be taken on an empty stomach, and why calcium and iron matter. There's so much to learn and unpack here, so let's break this down in a way that actually makes sense. So levothyroxine is the generic name, and there's two common brand names you may hear. We have Synthroid or Levoxyl, but Synthroid for sure is the most popular. The entire drug and drug class comes down to this. Levothyroxine replaces T4, the main hormone your thyroid normally makes. Everything else, the mechanism, the indication, dosing, side effects, and the clinical pearls we'll talk about, come from this one idea that levothyroxine replaces T4, that main hormone in your thyroid. So before we keep talking about levothyroxine, we need to understand the problem it treats, hypothyroidism. Now, hypothyroidism just means that the thyroid gland is not making enough thyroid hormone. And thyroid hormone specifically, what it does, it's basically the body's metabolic thermostat. And what we mean by that is that it helps regulate your body's energy use, your body's temperature, your heart rate, even digestion. We see brain function, skin, hair, and many other body symptoms. So this hormone plays a huge role in your body's metabolic profile. So when thyroid hormone is low, your body tends to slow down. That's why patients can feel tired, cold, constipated. They could have a mental fog. We even see depression and even some weight gain. And the way we measure if somebody has hypothyroidism is by drawing labs. Specifically, we draw a TSH lab, and this stands for thyroid stimulating hormone. And thyroid stimulating hormone comes from the pituitary gland in the brain. So think of TSH like your brain yelling at the thyroid, and if the thyroid hormone is low, the brain releases TSH to tell your thyroid to work harder and produce more T4. Okay? So in primary hypothyroidism, the classic pattern we see is high TSH but low thyroid hormone. So high TSH usually points towards hypothyroidism. And I know that sounds a little backwards, but remember, your brain, your pituitary gland specifically, is yelling at your thyroid to produce more because it's low. So a high TSH typically means hypothyroidism, while a low TSH usually points towards the opposite, a hyperthyroidism state. So, if your thyroid hormone is low, what does levothyroxine do? And we'll talk about this in detail, but basically it replaces what the body is missing. So now we can talk about the mechanism of action and how levothyroxine actually works. First, we need to know that levothyroxine is a synthetic T4 and is also called thyroxine. So your thyroid normally produces mostly T4, and then your body actually converts that T4 into T3, which is a more active thyroid hormone. So T4 is kind of like storage, or if you can kind of even say a pro-hormone form, and T3 is the more active version that strongly affects tissues. That's why levothyroxine makes sense as replacement therapy. Think about it. Instead of giving the body a short burst of active hormone, we can give it T4 and we'll let the body convert it into T3 as needed. So once your thyroid hormone enters cells, it affects gene transcription, and this is how it actually works. That means It changes how your cells produce proteins that are involved in metabolism, energy use, growth, and even development. So levothyroxine does not work like, let's say, an albuterol inhaler where you feel the effects within minutes. It works slowly because it's changing hormone levels and downstream activity throughout your body. That's why patients may not feel better right away. The prescribing information we typically see is a peak therapeutic effect around 4 to 6 weeks. So it takes a while to show its full effect. So the mechanism is super simple. Levothyroxine replaces T4, and then the body converts T4 to T3, and then T3 helps restore normal metabolic activities. And because thyroid hormone affects almost every organ system, both underdosing or overdosing can cause problems. That's why we always want to draw TSH lab levels, and a normal level range is anywhere from 0.4 to 4.0. Now that we understand how levothyroxine works, let's talk about when we actually use it in the real world. The first indication is hypothyroidism, and that makes sense. Levothyroxine is used as a replacement therapy in primary, secondary, and tertiary hypothyroidism. And all that means is that primary, the problem is the thyroid gland itself. Secondary means the problem is in the pituitary gland that releases the TSH hormone. And tertiary means that the hypothyroidism is caused by the hypothalamus. But regardless, we know we use levothyroxine in hypothyroidism, regardless of why it's caused. The second indication when we use levothyroxine is when we have congenital hypothyroidism. And that's a fancy way of saying people are born with hypothyroidism. Typically, we see it in babies because they come out of the womb with this hypothyroid state. And it's very important because thyroid hormone is critical for brain development and growth. So, if a newborn doesn't have enough thyroid hormone and it goes untreated, it can cause severe developmental problems. So, in our pediatrics, thyroid hormone replacement is not just about energy and metabolism, it's about normal growth and neurologic development. So it's very important to catch early on. Our third indication is TSH suppression in thyroid cancer. So levothyroxine can actually be used after treatment of certain thyroid cancers that suppress TSH. This one's a little different. And remember, TSH tells your thyroid tissue to grow and produce more hormone. So after thyroid cancer treatment, a lot of doctors initially keep TSH low because TSH can stimulate thyroid tissue, including potentially remaining cancer-sensitive tissue. So in this setting, levothyroxine isn't just replacing the missing hormone, it's actually being used to suppress the signal that tells your thyroid tissue to grow. Now that we know when we actually use levothyroxine, let's talk about dosing and adjustments in an easy way. First off, levothyroxine is given once daily on an empty stomach, ideally 30 to 60 minutes before breakfast. It should always be separated by at least 4 hours from any other medication or supplements that can interfere with the absorption. And the timing matters because levothyroxine absorption is very picky. Calcium, iron, antacids, bile acid sequestrants, and even some foods can reduce absorption. So if someone says, my dose keeps going up, but my TSH is still high, one of the first questions we ask is, how are you taking it? For our healthy non-elderly adults with primary hypothyroidism, a full replacement is about 1.6 micrograms per kilogram of weight per day. For example, if we have a 70 kilogram adult, that's about anywhere from 100 to 125 micrograms daily, because adjustments are usually made in 12.5 to 25 microgram increments, and we usually adjust every 4 to 6 weeks. In our elderly patients, we're a little bit more careful. We often start the dose much lower. And often we can start from 12.5 to 25 micrograms daily and increase slowly. And the reason for this is we want to be very careful in our patients that don't clear the drug as often or could be sensitive from incorporating too much thyroid hormone. We also have to be careful when dosing our pregnancy population. And here, levothyroxine usually requires an increase in dose during pregnancy. And we also always have thyroid labs that are always being monitored more closely during a pregnancy. But it's usually recommended to at least test for TSH and T4 every trimester. So the dosing takeaway here is that it's taken once daily on an empty stomach, separating from drugs, food, calcium and iron, and adjust every few weeks and monitor TSH. We start again at 1.6 micrograms per kilo, but if we have an elderly patient, we typically start even less. Now that we know how to dose levothyroxine, let's quickly go over some side effects we might see in our patients. The first thing to watch out for are palpitations and tachycardia, so fast heartbeat. So levothyroxine, when it's dosed too high, the heart can get overstimulated, causing a fast heart rate and even palpitations. It'll feel like the heart's racing. The second side effect we might see is a little bit more serious: atrial fibrillation or angina, chest pain. So here, again, too much thyroid hormone can precipitate an arrhythmia like atrial fibrillation, or it could worsen a person's chest pain. That's why we start low and we go slow with our older adults, and we always want to monitor those labs. The third side effect we might see is bone loss. And the reason here is that thyroid hormone helps your body with bone turnover. Your bones are constantly getting rebuilt and broken down. It's just naturally how our bones maintain. So here, too much thyroid actually speeds up the breaking down of bone. And over time, this can decrease bone density to a point where a patient might have osteoporosis. The next side effect to watch out for is weight loss, heat intolerances, tremors, and insomnia. And here we group them all together, but it's basically saying that your body's metabolism is turned up way too high because you have too much thyroid hormone. So patients may lose weight, but they'll feel hot, they'll sweat more, they'll feel shaky, anxious, or even have trouble sleeping. And again, the reason is that levothyroxine is pushing the body towards hyperthyroidism, which we could see all these metabolic effects. So let's do a quick summary and put everything together. So we talked about levothyroxine, and we saw brand names as Synthroid or Levoxyl, and we know it's synthetic T4. And the big idea is that it replaces thyroid hormone when the body's not making enough. And that explains why we use it to treat hypothyroidism. We talked about dosing and how in healthy adults we dose it at 1.6 micrograms per kilo per day. But in our older patients, we typically start much lower. We often start at the smallest dose, 12.5 to 25 micrograms total daily. That's because your thyroid hormone can stress the heart. We take it once a day, specifically on an empty stomach, ideally 30 to 60 minutes before breakfast, and we need to separate it from any food or drugs for at least 4 hours. Now, the way we monitor how the drug is working and the drug levels for levothyroxine is by taking TSH labs, and we usually take labs to monitor every 6 to 8 weeks to see if we need to increase or decrease the dose. The biggest side effects that we talked about is heart palpitations, some arrhythmias like atrial fibrillation, angina, which is that chest pain. We can see bone loss or hyperthyroid side effects like sweating, heat intolerance, weight loss, and insomnia. That's everything. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe because we're breaking down all 300 of the most important drugs just like this. And if you actually want to master pharmacology instead of memorizing random drug facts, check out drugchug.org for all our free resources. Thanks, guys.